Hello, lovely women of the Lean Girl Nation. Welcome to the Lean Girl YouTube channel and to a really hot day in Cape Town. It is so beautiful. I am in Cape Town for 2 weeks. Gilan and I decided in the beginning of the year that we wanted to spend more time here. Every time we come here, we are like, we just love it so much. We just want to spend more time here. So we committed to doing some mini work. We're calling them workations. So we're essentially in our normal routine, but we are in Cape Town and we are trying to build a routine in Cape Town as we have in Joburg, so that it feels kind of like home, you know? So we are staying in an Airbnb, which is really nice. It's in like Greenpoint area, so it's really nice and central. And so I thought, what a perfect opportunity, which is why I'm not in my kitchen, but to do a what I eat in a day. And so I'm gonna take you guys along for the day today and just show you what my diet currently looks like, what I'm currently eating, and just to premise before we get into the food and the fun part. And I'm gonna keep it I'm gonna try to keep it tight, because often when I do these what I eat in a day videos, I tend to like add lots of vloggy elements and then they can become really long. And I bet you, if you're anything like me, you normally just fast forward on people's videos. I love to watch like the food and get the food ideas, and the rest I'm like, I don't wanna. So I'll see what fun things we do today, and I might include a bit more pieces. But otherwise, I'm gonna try and stick to the food. And so my current goals at the moment, you guys will know I have been doing a lean bulk. However, now that I'm in Cape Town and my days are vary quite a lot, because I tend to be eating out a lot more, because I tend to be visiting more people, and I'm not in my like very structured Johannesburg routine. I'm kind of being a little bit more flexible on my calories and macros, in terms of, obviously I'm trying to prioritize protein, I'm trying to track as best I can, but I'm also having a little bit of flexibility, knowing that some days I eat a little bit less, and other days if I'm going out, or I want to go for pizza, or I'm going out for dinner at a friend and they're just going to be cooking a whole lot of delicious food, on those days I'll eat more. So I'm kind of just also seeing like where my hunger levels are at. My activity has been slightly different as well. I actually went to the gym this morning for the first time. I've been doing a hell of a lot of walking. I actually had COVID like 3 weeks ago. And guys, I haven't been sick in like 5 years. I never get sick. I never pick anything up. Gilan has had COVID. My sister has had COVID. I was in such close proximity to them. And weirdly, I never got it. And then I couldn't escape. I escaped it for 2 years. So I am like on the recovery of COVID. Thankfully, I'm feeling a hell of a lot better. For like 5 days, things were not good. I did not feel good, and I can definitely still feel like my body is not fully recovered. So I'm taking it quite easy, and it's actually really nice to be in a different routine, to just kind of go with the flow, not be like when I'm in Joburg, every day I'm at the gym at the same time, I eat my meals at the same time. I obviously only do my weight training and my walking, and now I'm kind of changing it up. I am just being a little bit more relaxed, and I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm like doing some classes. I did Sit 1000. I did like, so I have to say this, obviously, when you are being super diligent on your goals that you're trying to achieve. So if you are trying to lose fat, if you are trying to really hit it up in the muscle department, which is what I'm supposed to be doing, right? The best thing is to be in a routine, to consistently do your weight training so that you can continue progressing, always tracking your calories, always tracking your protein, making sure that you're doing all of those things. But I think that there's also room for a bit of flexibility. There's room for a bit of play. There's room, and I think this is coming off a place where I am genuinely happy with my body. I'm not like really unhappy that I have this huge goal. I'm definitely trying to build more muscle, but I'm okay with not doing this aggressively. I'm okay doing it slowly, sitting at maintenance calories. Some days are in a slight surplus, and I'm cool with that. And so yeah, I am just, after tracking so diligently for so long, and obviously I will track today just so that I can also give you guys an idea on the calories that I'm eating, as I know that that's always helpful for meal ideas. But yeah, I do have some days where I don't track, and I have such an intuition now about calories, about macros, that I kind of know where things are at, and because I don't have such an imminent goal, it's cool. It's cool for me to do that. I kind of know the calories and things. I'm not going to go and eat like a bag of nuts or something all of a sudden.
The devil. Nuts.
So I'm just being a little bit more relaxed. So I hope that you guys enjoy the video today. I hope that you get some nice meal ideas. Today is actually an exciting day because on Instagram I am announcing my MetaLab Lean Girl collab, which we have been working on for over a year. So I am really excited about that. By the time this video is done and edited, I am sure that everything will be revealed. So yeah, I'm really excited about that, and we are launching officially sales I think on the 9th of March. So if you're wanting to get your hands on the Lean Girl MetaLab flavor collab, that is my peppermint caramel tart flavored protein powder, guys, which legit tastes like the real thing. I kid you not that we probably did like 30 different test batches to get the flavor on point. So we put a lot of work into it, and for me, it had to be perfect. I don't like to use my imagination when it comes to protein powder flavors. I want it to taste like what it says, and that was a process to get it there, but I am so happy with it. I'm obsessed with it, and I cannot wait for you guys to try it. Okay, enough talking. I will do a little rewind into the beginning of the day, show you guys how it started, and then we are just going to focus on the food, all the meals that I'm having. I haven't actually planned all of them out, so I'm kind of just going with the flow, seeing how the day goes. Normally when I do what I eat in a day, because I want to share some new recipes with you guys, I normally plan a bit more in advance, but hey, let's see where the day takes us. I'm actually seeing my friends for dinner tonight, so I have no idea what they're going to be making, but let me see how I go. Let me see how I'm able to give you some tips along the way and how I track on this beautiful day in Cape Town. So I will check you guys at the food. I'm sure that you've heard the saying that variety is the spice of life, and I am really trying to embrace some more flexibility and variety in my life while I am not at home in my regular routine. Although I follow a flexible dieting approach, I am pretty structured in terms of when I wake up, the meals that I eat, the structure that I follow, the kind of foods that I eat, and you'll know I eat foods on repeat because I love them so much. But what I'm really enjoying and what I wanted to encourage you to do too is to really explore and embrace the flexible dieting approach that we use. And in a nutshell, flexible dieting is being able to eat different foods as long as you can fit them into your calorie and macro budget. So we are not about clean eating or eating a very specific group of foods that we deem healthy, but enjoying everything in moderation as long as they fit within your calorie budget. And so for a lot of us, especially when we've been tracking for a while, we tend to get into a little rut. So we are eating the same foods on repeat, we are in the same routine, and we forget that we can explore different foods. And so I wanted to encourage you, if you're feeling this way, to try a different eating schedule, try some new foods that you haven't even thought about for a while. And don't forget to indulge along the way, because that is part of it. So have your whole food meals that you really enjoy, but hey, on a Friday night, if you want to go out for your favorite burger, fit it into those macros, fit it into those calories, and go for it. So I want you to know that flexibility is strength, and I really want you to embrace that. And I want you to, this weekend, after you're watching this, or maybe even tonight, start enjoying some new foods. So Gilan and I are heading to a new gym this morning. I tried to find a gym that was close by, walking distance, which is one thing I love about Cape Town. And on this note, I know a lot of you have anxiety about joining a new gym or stepping foot into the gym. And I want you to know that you are human. This is totally normal to feel a little bit apprehensive when you don't know where everything is and you don't know the people there and you kind of feel like there's a spotlight of attention on you. I even feel this too when I go to new places, and what I find helps is I just put my headphones in, I put some of my favorite music on, I find a quiet spot where there aren't too many people, and if that means I need to change up my workout slightly to just ease me into it, then I do that, and then I just get into my zone, I do my thing, and I know that I'm going to have a smile on my face once my workout is done. And I also know that the first day is always the hardest, and it always gets easier from there.
This is my element, straight to the plane, to the car, to the stool, to the house, to the boat. Ooh, damn.
So my motivation to get through my workouts is always a delicious cup of coffee. And so Gilan was grabbing us a quick coffee at Vida, which I'm really happy that they have oat milk now because that's my favorite. And then we are staying right above the Woolies, which is really convenient. And so I just popped into a Woolworths grocery store here to grab a couple of items that I needed to make for breakfast and use for brekkie. Figs, by the way, are just on the top of my list right now. I am so obsessed with them. And so now I'm just packing everything away here, and then I'm going to enjoy my coffee and do a little bit of work, seeing this is a workation, so I'm still working while I'm here. And then once I felt a little bit hungry, which was after I had showered and done a bit of work, I am now making my morning oats. And so what's quite funny is that I do not have my scale, so I am using this measuring cup to measure things out as best I can, and I am totally okay with that because remember, we are being more flexible. And so what I've done is I have actually put my oats on the stove, which is one of my favorite ways to cook oats because I find it goes a lot more creamy. And then I added my egg whites to this because I don't have my protein powder with me, which I actually wish that I would have brought. And so I've just added sweetener, my egg whites for the protein, which makes it really nice and creamy. And then I am just popping on my lovely little figs and a couple of pieces of fruit, and then my yum peanut butter, which is my favorite of all time, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. And I am then going to enjoy this high protein breakfast, which keeps me pretty full for a little while. Then at around 1:30, Gilan and I decided to head back down to Woolworths. I realized that this is pretty dangerous because every time I want something, I can just walk down, but it's also nice to get some fresh air and a little bit of a break. So something that I've been wanting to try for the longest time is the Beyond Meat burgers, which I have been really slow on the uptake because I think these have been out for a couple of years. But I know that I am trying to do some more plant-based recipes on the kitchen coach as well as on my Instagram and YouTube channel. So I thought that this would be a good one to try out. When it comes to the macros of something like this versus actual meat, unfortunately, you just do not get the same kind of protein for the calories. However, this one isn't too bad. It's around 250 calories for the patty with around 20 grams of protein. In comparison to an ostrich burger, for example, an ostrich burger is around 180 calories and 25 grams of protein, just so that you have a little comparison. And I'm doing this on a bun. We got some really nice fresh buns from Woolworths, and I love a burger with a roll. I just don't think there's anything like biting into a delicious burger. And so these are pretty easy to cook as well. You just pop them on a pan, season them up, and they cook 2 or 3 minutes on each side. And then I'm serving this with some salad on the side. We actually went to Giovanni's the night before and got a few items, one being the salad, which, by the way, I didn't realize had tuna in it, which I actually gave Gilan the tuna part because I am not a fan of mixing different meats. So here I was having kind of like my meat burger. So I just took the salad part and gave Gilan the tuna. But the burger actually tasted really good. I was pretty impressed with how tasty it was, and it was really nice and filling too. So highly recommend it for my veggie and vegetarian girls. And then I ended off lunch with a handful of chuckles for something sweet, worked the afternoon away, and then at 6 p.m. Gilan and I decided to head to paddle to meet some of our friends. And this was the first time I had ever played paddle tennis. So many people have been raving about it and saying that it is something you have to do. And I was a little bit anxious about coming because the two friends that we played with are paddle pros, and I think that they play every single day, sometimes twice a day. And I actually played tennis when I was younger, and I think I was on like the D or the F team. I was so terrible, and this was a hell of a lot easier than I actually thought. And you can see here that I actually returned quite a few balls. I was really impressed by myself. Maybe it was because I was filming this for you girls that I was under pressure and I was so focused that my ball skills all of a sudden improved. But it was so much fun to just get out and do something active and do something where you're not using your mind, especially after a day of work where we're sitting behind our computers. And again, I just want to encourage you to, try new things, do new things, even if you're worried. So many of us hold back on trying new things because we're scared we won't be good at them. And I always think to myself, what's the worst that can happen? So what? Who cares if we're not good at something as long as we are enjoying it? So that thing that you've been putting off trying because it's new and maybe a little bit scary, I want to encourage you to go and do that thing. And then we headed off to dinner at a friend of mine where I had a lovely glass of champagne, and she is the ultimate domestic goddess. She is a fantastic cook. And at this point, I didn't track my calories any further for the rest of the day. I had an idea on how many I had left, and then I just made great choices. She cooked some really delicious healthy food, and I tried to make a macro balanced plate with some carbs, some fats, which would come from the meat, some protein, and then of course a load of veggies too. And she just had so many delicious options. And then I finished off with a true lean girl dessert, a little Kit Kat. I hope that you girls enjoyed this What I Eat in a Day video and it has inspired you to really maximize that flexibility. I will try to record another What I Eat in a Day just so that you can get some more ideas on the flexibility options, on what a different day looks like, what to do while you're traveling, how to make good choices when you're not in your routine, and all of that good stuff. Hit this video with a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you'd like to see more, and of course hit me downstairs with some comments if you have any questions or any comments about anything, and let me know your favorite Cape Town spot that I have to try before I leave. Sending you all so much love, and thanks for watching my little Cape Town What I Eat in a Day.